Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole Johnson, and this is my beauty channel where I share all of my beauty tips with you. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it now and join in on the conversation. And ladies, you know what time it is. It's time to get this beauty started. Today's video is going to be all about tinting your gray eyebrows. Now, I can't tell you how many comments and DMs and questions I get about how do I cover the gray eyebrows. So I'm going to show you how I do it. This is what I do with my clients every day here in the studio. I personally don't tint my brows, but I'm going to do it for you today so you can see how I do it and the tools that I use. Now, let me just preface this by saying, okay, I am an esthetician. This is what I do. I don't feel like this is a dangerous thing for you to do at home. What I do think that is a problem is when everybody's using hair dye to dye their brows. You should not have hair dye around your eyes at all. I use a tint that is for lashes and for brows. So that is what it is intended for. Do not use hair dye on your eyebrows. I can't tell you how many ladies tell me that their hairdressers do that. One drop of that into your eye and you have a serious problem. So I'm just warning you now. You should be using a formula that is for brows. I do not want to hear or see anyone tinting their lashes. I have heard clients have told me, oh yeah, I've tinted my lashes. Unacceptable. You should never leave that to a professional. Tinting your brows is fine. If you know what you're doing, I'm going to show you the steps. If you don't want to tint your brows with an actual brow tint, you can go into a brow boosting peptide and fiber kind of little coloring. This comes in light and medium, and basically you go over your gray hair, depending if you have lighter brows or you have darker brows. This only comes in two colors. They are $20, made in Italy. They are wonderful. They are on my website. They'll be linked below. This is it's 20 bucks. So it's a really great way to feel like you have more control than tinting, and the tint doesn't last forever. So that is just my recommendation. Now, when a client comes in, I'll use this Blvd. This is a pre-base. This is what I use for waxing and what have you. But if they have makeup on their brows or what have you, I need to clean the brow first. So there should be no makeup, nothing on the brows when you first start. Then I have a disposable little container here that's plastic. I have a mascara spoolie that you can get on Amazon. Then I got these at CVS. These are interdental brushes. I like that it's like a tiny little spoolie. It basically looks like this mascara spoolie, but like miniature. So I like to pick up the tint and I go through the brow. So I'm basically like combing it through the brow. So I'm not missing any hairs, especially when you have certain gray ones you really want to cover. This is a really great tool. And then these are professional, these are intensive. This is different colors. I have medium brown, I have dark brown for the brows. I have auburn, I have all different types. I have deep black when I do lashes. I usually wear gloves because for some reason I always tend to get it on my manicure and it makes me very upset. I have two wet wipes here. These are basically cotton dipped into water, so I have them on the side to take off. This is what the package looks like for the brow fill. So this should last you at least 3 months, depending on how much you use it. So that's really, and then I use hydrogen peroxide as my developer. I don't like the developer that it came with. Not at all. It didn't work as well for me. That's just my personal opinion. So let's just go into, I'm going to just do dark brown. I'm not going to do black. The whole entire world on social media thinks my brows are too thick and too dark. So don't worry. We are not going to make them any darker. So I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit into this little container, and I will put in a little bit of the hydrogen peroxide. I will mix it up, and then I'll show you how I'm going to apply it. So just a little bit like this in there. You don't need much. Take off. I think it's the cap that gets on my hands. So I'm going to just take a little bit of the hydrogen peroxide, literally I want it to be a thick paste. So I put it in here, and then I'll take the mascara spoolie and then I'll mix it. Remember don't be too aggressive when you're mixing it because it'll go everywhere, and you don't want tint, believe you me. I usually am wearing smocks and I have my gloves because I don't know, for some reason, even as careful as I am, I usually get it on stuff. I don't know how. So I just gently mix it, and I like the spoolie because it has all these little, you know, like teeth. So it really mixes really well into this little dish that I have. You just mix it until it's all just really nice and just mixed. Then I'll take the miniature little spoolie and I'll grab some product, and then I just go through my brow. Now, what's really important is that usually the client is laying down and their eyes are closed. So what I would say is that really be careful of how much you pick up on this little wand. And when you're going through the brow, you don't want to flick it. You really would like to close your eye so you don't get anything in your eye. So you're basically going through the brow just like this. And it's going to, you know, for my brows, it would just make them richer. It's just going to make them look a little bit more, you know, glossier and refreshed with color, even though they're dark. So I'm just going to go and just, again, you can do, I'm not obviously putting on as much as I should. I'm just showing you how I do the process. If you want to get those stubborn gray hairs covered and be basically a uniform color. So that is what I would do. That is exactly what I do for my clients. Then what I do is that I keep the tint right here in the cup, and I'll time it for like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on. Gray hair, remember, is more resilient, so you're gonna have to leave it on longer. But what I like to do is keep these little wipes here. I'll take it off. I'll show the client, do you want to have it a little bit darker? Are you happy with the color? It's always nice to be able to build. So you do the same thing at home. Say, okay, it's been 3 minutes. Let me check it. Okay, I want it darker, or it didn't cover the gray. You have your little container. You apply again. You realize, okay, I might have to do another 4 minutes or 5 minutes. So you're in control of how dark they get. So you're not going to be, especially if you go to Sally's or you go somewhere and you don't know how fast it's going to really, you know, take the color or what's going to happen. Test it out so you know, okay, this is going to be 3 minutes, or this is 5 minutes, or it really works very fast. I don't want to have black eyebrows. Like, a lot of people get really scared that they're going to have these really unnatural looking brows. You're in control if you time it and you are very conservative with it. So basically, that is how you tint those stubborn gray hairs. And if you don't want to, if you feel like it's too advanced and you don't want to deal, see a professional, see an esthetician that does really great work, or just invest in a $20 grande brow in the light or the medium, and you have that control and you have that uniformed look every single day. So until my next video, I'll see you later.